Hi everyone. Welcome back, sort of. I'm glad to be here and be able to connect with you like this. Um, we have a class today where it might be nice if you have either a folded blanket or a dense pillow to sit on. That can be nice. A block if you have one, or could be a thick book or something sturdy. Even a water bottle sometimes can come in handy. And an old tie or a yoga strap. Today, maybe. If you don't have it, that's okay too. All right, so take your blanket, folded blanket or dense pillow, and have a seat on it with let me turn this way, with the front half of your bottom kind of hanging off of the pillow so that you're not sitting in the middle of your pillow or blanket, but you're rather on the edge. And see how that feels. That should tilt the pelvis a little bit like this, in this direction, so that you're more comfortable in a seated position. So now that you're home and you have some options of what to sit on, this can be maybe even more comfortable for you. Okay, the word yoga comes from a Sanskrit root word yuj, Y-U-G, which means to yoke, to connect. So since we have been all asked to severely limit our connection with others, at least physically, it's a good time to take some time and look to connect more internally with the most sincere and true aspects of ourselves. So I think that this will be good for you to have your 2 yoga classes a week, more if you want. And the thing I want to focus on today is stability and security. And I've decided to review some of the concepts that we have studied together. We had 3 classes together. We talked about the root chakra and a couple of the other chakras. I'm going to review a little bit since it's been so long. Find that comfortable seat and relax your shoulders. Let the eyes close or just lower the eyelids. And begin to relax the muscles in your face. So relax your jaw, the tongue, even the muscles in the cheeks can relax. The muscles around the eyes relax. Just feel a general softening. Then begin to notice the breath, not changing it, but just notice your breath. Notice the temperature of the breath as it moves in through the nostrils and the temperature of the breath as it moves out. Notice how it fills the body, where the breath moves in the body, what moves up, what moves to the side, or maybe what moves back as you breathe. The process of focusing on the breath helps us calm the chatter of the mind, and the chatter of the mind is often an obstacle to that attempt to connect at a more deep level. So this is why we focus on the breath so much with every move. And then we can start to time our breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Imagine the energy moving up toward the crown, and then exhale, energy moving down toward your sitting bones. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, moving up, and exhale, moving down, 3, 4, breathe in and up, And exhale down. And then inhale, turn your palms up, lift the arms overhead. 2, 3, 4, and exhale them down. 2, 3, 4. Fingers come behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. You can also lift the chin if you want. And then exhale, bring the chin forward, walk the hands forward, and fold forward. Breathe in here and breathe out. Inhale, come back up. And we're going to exhale, just turn to your right, gentle twist. Inhale, look forward, switch your hands. Left hand comes behind you, and exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, look forward again. And exhale, just take your hands down by your side and feel a sense of connection to the floor through fingertips, but also through the sit bones, the butt bones that you're sitting on. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine energy moving down through the body to the sit bones, securing you even more rootedly, as if you're growing roots. Another breath in, and then exhale. Imagine those roots growing nice and steady and strong. One more breath here. And out. All right, inhale, come over onto all fours. And as you exhale, make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, lift the chin, allow the belly to move toward the floor. Tailbone lifts. Exhale, pull the belly up, round the back. Bring the chin into the chest. And then inhale, reverse that motion again, looking up, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift. Nice long inhales and long exhales, guiding your movement. So just move with your own breath. Let that breath be your guide. To this spinal movement. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, again, feel that sense of rooting down and connecting to the floor. Press through the pads of the hands. Press through the tops of the feet. Draw the shoulders back. Very connected here. Inhale, reach your right arm forward, thumb up. And exhale, extend your left leg back and point the toes down. Breathe in, draw the shoulders away from the ears again. And breathe out, draw your navel in toward the spine. Notice if you have like an arch in your lower back. If you do, pull that up and out, lengthening your lower back. Inhale, and then exhale. Optional here is to reach back for the foot if you want to extend this into another pose. It's not always accessible, so no worries if that doesn't happen for you. And then reach back out if you extend it, if you took that option, and we'll all exhale the hand back down. Inhale, left arm extends, thumb up. Exhale, right leg extends, toes down. Breathe in, press down through the pads of the hand, and breathe out. Belly draws in. Lower back is long. It's not curved. And there's stability here that you're creating with your own body here. It's an awkward position to be in. But we can kind of sense stability Reach back if you want and press foot into hand. And we'll all exhale and release. Inhale, send the hips toward the heels. And exhale, rest the head, child's pose. Take a moment here to set your intention for your practice. So maybe it's related to this idea of stability. That's sort of our group intention. But you may have something a little more personal that you'd like to focus on. We're all in a different place than we're used to being. So your version of what this whole idea of stability means is going to be different from somebody else's. So just what is positive or uplifting for you. And then inhale. Let's come back to all fours. Spread the fingers wide again. And exhale. Walk the hands forward so that the wrists are not under the shoulders, but they're a couple inches forward of the shoulders. Exhale. Tuck the toes under and let's lift the hips. Inhale. Again, press into the pads of the hands, lengthening through the spine, reaching the tailbone all the way up. And exhale. Draw your lower ribs down toward your hips. Breathe in. Shake your head. And breathe out. Inhale, shift forward so that the shoulders are right over the wrists again. And if you feel like you need to move your feet in order to make that happen, go ahead and do that. Inhale, look forward slightly. And then exhale, pull belly in, shoulders back away from the ears. Breathe in, heels reach toward the wall behind you, and breathe out. Imagine drawing your legs a little closer together without moving your feet. Keep drawing the belly in. Imagine the arms are drawing closer together, but the shoulders are reaching away from the ears at the same time. Strong and steady. And then inhale, lower the knees, point the toes, and exhale, back to child's pose. Shake out your wrists a little bit, and breathe out. Inhale, come back up to all fours. Tuck the toes under. Exhale back to downward dog. This time inhale and bend the right knee. And exhale here. Then switch. Inhale, bend the left knee. And exhale. Inhale, come back to neutral. Come up under the tippy toes. Reach the tailbone nice and high. Let the chest move toward the thighs. And exhale, heels reaching down. Inhale, walk the feet forward. And exhale, fold over the legs for your standing forward fold. Bring your hands to touch something, whether it's your legs or the floor or a block. Or maybe you could wrap your arms behind your legs and grab opposite elbows. Let's put a little bit of a bend in the knees and shift the weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet. And notice if the weight is going into the balls of the big toes only, or if the weight is going into the balls of the pinky toes, or if it's evenly distributed. Try and evenly distribute it through the fronts of the feet. And then let's involve the heels a little bit. So shift the weight a little bit into the heels and allow the body to fold forward. maybe even a little bit more. Soften the knees, so bend the knees quite. Press down evenly through the feet. Lift the head, inhale, come up with a straight spine. Come all the way up to stand. And come to the top of the mat. Okay. All right. Remember how I was talking about the feet? Same thing. We're going to get right into that connection to the earth. So notice if the weight is falling in toward the big toes or if it falls out toward the pinky toe side of the feet. Find neutral. And then find the neutral from front to back too. Is the weight more in the balls of the feet or is the weight more in the heels? Find neutral. And an interesting thing that can happen there is that other parts of the body can affect that stability. So maybe a little softening of the knees might change where the weight is in the feet, and also the pelvis. If you tip the pelvis this way, basically if you're sticking your butt out, the weight shifts in the feet. And if you tip the pelvis this way, at least for me, the weight's all in the fronts of the feet. And then, so more subtle than that, you can kind of help create your own stability. So just looking for those points throughout the body. Shoulders can go up, back, and down. Top of the head reaches toward the ceilings. You can turn your palms out and just take a couple of breaths here, just noticing that connection to the floor, which essentially is to the earth. Good. And then inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your hands to your legs, draw your shoulders back as you look up. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step the right leg back as far as it'll go. Lower the knee down, point the toe. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands back. Inhale to all fours. And exhale, bend the elbows as you look forward. Keep the hips lifted and lower just the chest and the chin to touch down. Inhale, slither forward, lift the chest. Draw the legs and the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips back to the heels, and then up to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward between the hands. Remember, you can use your hand to help it get up there, your right hand. Exhale the knee down, point the toe. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale the hands back down. Inhale, step forward. Hands can come to legs, long spine, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, come back up to stand. Lean back a little bit. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen spine, shoulders back. Exhale, bend knees. Step the left leg back and lower the knee. Point the toe. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale the hands back to the mat. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, bend the elbows, look forward, lower chest and chin, hips stay lifted. Inhale, lift the chest, legs together. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips back to the heels, and then up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, and exhale the back knee down. Inhale the arms up, and exhale the hands back. Inhale, step forward, long spine, shoulders back, and exhale, fold. Inhale, back up to stand, arms overhead, and exhale, arms by your side. Breathe in And breathe out. Fix your outfit and your hair or whatever. Okie doke. Next pose. Let's turn to face the long edge of your mat and take the legs wide. Inhale, turn your right toes out. Exhale, turn your left heel out just a little bit. Inhale, arms out to a T, and exhale, bend into that front knee for Warrior Two. Now in Warrior Two, same thing. I want you to pay attention to where the weight is in your feet. Notice how you can shift the transfer of weight with the pelvis, the knees, maybe even the shoulders. And then inhale, turn that right palm up, lean back, and exhale, come back up, straighten the front leg, and tip down to triangle. On this pose, might be nice to have your block handy. You could, or book, or water bottle, or whatever it is. And you can look down or you can look up at the thumb if it's okay on your neck. Little bend in that front knee. Inhale, come back up, and exhale the arms down. We're going to switch sides, so you might want to bring your block with you to the other side and switch your feet. Inhale, bring the arms out, and exhale, bend into the knee. Check that the knee is over the ankle and not here or way over there. Looking out over your left fingertips, breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax the shoulders, send the energy down through the feet, and again connecting to the earth. Another breath in and out. Inhale, turn the front palm up and lean back. And exhale, come up, straighten the front leg, and tip down for your triangle. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep pressing through the pads of the big toes, but also the pads of the pinky toes and the heels. Little bend in that front knee. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release the arms. Move your block out of the way. This is where you might want your strap. Maybe. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. And if that is something that makes your shoulders roll forward, if you try to interlace your fingers and it rolls your shoulders forward, then don't interlace your fingers. Rather, hold on to a strap. So you can, wherever you are, you're comfortable and your shoulders are leaning back. All right. So pay attention to the weight in the bottoms of the feet as you fold forward, because that is going to shift. All right. Inhale, lift up, reach your hands back. Exhale, pull the belly in, start to tip forward, and pay attention to what's happening in the feet. Maybe lift the toes up a little bit, spread them out, and put them back down again. If you feel unsafe in this pose, it's fine to take your hands to the floor. Don't ever want you feeling unsafe. And then we're going to bend the knees. Bring your heels in a little bit. Bring your hands to your hips. And inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. And then we're going to turn to face the front of the mat. Let's step forward. Inhale, step the right leg back. And exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And I want you to feel your hip bones, square them. Make sure your right hip isn't moving behind your left hip. So bring them even with each other. And as far as your back foot placement, I recommend having your feet about hip width apart. It's probably the most comfortable. And then press down on your hips, lift up. Exhale, start to tip forward. Feel the hamstrings, say hello. Breathe in. Notice if your hips are still square or if something happened. And breathe out. Maybe go a little deeper, but not forcing. Check out the weight distribution in the feet. Pull the belly in. And then you can keep your hands on your hips, or if it works for you to take your hands to the floor or to a block, you could do that too. But I'd like you to pay attention to your spine as well. Long spine, shoulders back. Sometimes we tend to round the back in this pose. I'd like you to avoid doing that. Little bend in that front knee, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, now bend more deeply into that front knee. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, shoulders down, belly in, tailbone kind of drawing in and strong. Breathe in, lift the chest, maybe the chin. If you want, you can bring the hands to touch, to connect. This is called Warrior One. And then on an exhale, straighten the front leg, bring the hands behind the back, and again, interlace the fingers or grab the strap. Breathe in, lift the chest again, shoulders back. Exhale, bend into the front knee and fold forward. And you're kind of bringing your chest in toward the thigh. The thigh kind of comes in toward midline. And the arms can reach up behind you as much as is comfortable. This is called humble warrior. So you're very strong through the legs, but there is a softness, there is a humility in this pose as we process, as we continue to process where we are throughout all of this that we're going through. Allow that softness there with the strength. And then strong through the feet. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release the hands, step forward. And then inhale, other side, left leg goes back. Square the hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift up, draw shoulder blades back. And exhale, start to tip forward, keeping the hips even. Breathe in and breathe out. And optional to take the hands to the floor, to a block, or even behind the back if you prefer. Little bend in that front knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend more into the front knee. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale, pull belly in, tailbone in, shoulders down. Breathe in, maybe let the palms touch, lift the chin. And breathe out. Strong and stable through your legs. Lifted at the heart. You got this. And then inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, release the arms. And then again, interlace the fingers. Maybe try the opposite thumb on top than you usually do, and then every other finger after that. Breathe in, shoulder blades back, and breathe out, bend into that front knee, and start to move into your humble warrior on this side. Invite that softness. And then inhale, lift back up. And exhale, release the hands. Step forward. We're going to bring the block, if you have one, or your water bottle or whatever it is, to inside the foot, inside the left foot. And step the right leg back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Square the hips toward the front edge of your mat. Hands to the hips again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold forward. Bring your right hand to your block or your water bottle or whatever you've got there. Try to find a height that makes sense for your body as you press the left hip back and elongate the spine on an inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in and begin to turn to your left. Inhale, optional, raise the arm, the left arm, for twisted triangle. So here we are in a really awkward position because life hands us awkward positions. Find the breath. Find the stability through the feet. Draw the belly in. And then exhale. We'll bring that hand back down to the hip, bend into that front knee, and inhale, come up. Exhale, step forward. Block now comes on the inside of the right foot. Inhale, step your left leg back. And stabilize. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen up, shoulders back. And exhale, fold forward. Left hand comes down. Right hand presses back on the hip to elongate the spine. And exhale, belly draws in as you twist to your right. Breathe in. Optional to raise that right arm up. Another whole view on the other side. Good stability allows us to see different perspectives evenly. All right, let's take the hand back down to the hips or to unwind. Look down to the floor. Bend into the front knee and inhale, come back up. Exhale, step together. And then we're just going to come to standing and practice a standing balancing pose. Practice tree pose. Let's start with lifting your right heel up and taking the knee out to the side. Stabilize as much as you can. So I like to kind of draw the tailbone down a little bit on this and engage my lower abdomen. The bottom of the foot can touch the ankle, the calf, maybe the inner thigh, whichever one you want to go for today. And the hands can come here to center. Optional, you can take the arms up overhead. And another option that I'd like to offer today, if you're feeling like having a challenge, because we've seen a lot of challenges, is to bring that right hand down toward the knee and start to find a little bit of a side bend, as if the wind is blowing this tree and we're just allowing the winds of change to create an alteration in our form temporarily here. And then we can just gently spring back up. And we'll all exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale the knee forward. And exhale, take it down and shake it out. Other side. Inhale, left heel up. And exhale, knee out to the side. Stabilize, belly draws in. Inhale, find the placement of the foot. And then take the arms over. Oh no, just take your arms here, sorry. And then optional, you can take your arms up. And optional, you can try to feel the wind. Whatever variation you're in, remember that sometimes we do fall, and that's okay. Sometimes we make mistakes, everyone does. Sometimes we break down. Have some compassion for yourself and forgiveness. It's okay. Inhale, come back up. And exhale. Hands to heart. Inhale the knee forward. And then exhale, shake it all out. I'm going to come to the top of the mat again. And inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen spine, shoulders back. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back to downward dog. And then inhale, walk the feet halfway forward or so. And a couple of options here. As you exhale, you can either take the feet wide and come into a squat position. And if your feet are lifting up in the squat position, or the heels are lifting up, then you can bring a blanket or pillow or something underneath the heels for a little more comfort. Option 2 is to bring the feet close together and plant the hands pretty close in. And then you've got to inhale and lift up the heels, trying to bring your knees higher up. Pull the belly in and round the back. And then bring your knees to touch either the backs of the arms or the sides of the arms, whichever is working better for your body mechanics. And then keep pressing through the pads of the hands. Inhale, lift the hips up. Bend the elbows. Make sure you bend the elbows because then you create a little shelf for your shins. Inhale, press into the pads of the hands. Look forward. Pull belly in as you exhale. And maybe put a little weight into the hands. Maybe draw the heels in toward the glutes. And just hold steady. And it's okay if your feet are on the floor. You're still getting benefits of stability in the pose. And then exhale. If you're lifted, take your feet back to the floor. And then we'll all sit back and extend the legs out in front. And we're going to do some forward folding. You may want to have that little edge of the blanket or pillow if you want. Inhale, draw the right heel up. And exhale, take the knee out to the side. I'm going to turn and face you. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Turn toward your straightened leg. So you're almost a little bit of a twist here. And then bring your hands behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Draw your front toes up toward the ceiling. And exhale, pull the belly in and start to tip forward. Inhale, long through the spine. Imagine there's like a pulling all the way from the base of the spine out to the top of the head. Exhale, belly draws in, maybe go a little deeper. If you'd like to bring your hands more forward, you can, or you can keep your hands behind your back. Work to draw your, no, I'm not mirroring you, shoot. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale. Bring your hand back from on the bent knee side, bring your hand back behind you. And inhale, lift up the hips. And expand throughout the chest. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, switch the legs. I'm afraid I'm not mirroring you, but it doesn't matter as long as you do both sides. Fingertips behind you, toes up. Point your navel toward that extended leg. And then as you exhale, tip forward. And what happens a lot of time is the hip on the bent knee side tends to move backward. Try to move that a little bit forward and try to pull those the ribs on the straight leg side of the body more in. And then inhale, lift up. Hand of the bent leg side goes behind you, and then inhale, lift up, expand. And exhale, come on back down. All right, inhale, bend both knees and bring the bottoms of the feet together. As you exhale, you can kind of scooch them in a little bit. Breathe in, lift up, draw the shoulder blades back, and breathe out, fold forward. You can kind of gently press on the thighs or closer to the knees, depending on your body shape, to go a little deeper. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the knees up. And then inhale, lean back a little bit. Shoulder blades together. Exhale, point the toes, extend the arms, or hold on to the shins. Inhale, optional to extend the legs so that maybe the shins are parallel with the floor or fully extended. Inhale and exhale. You can keep your arms here, or if you want to experiment a little bit, you can play around with the shape of the arms, but go slowly because it will shift the weight. These different variations. And then on an exhale, hug in the knees, bring the feet back down, and just rest the head. Inhale, lift the head up, and exhale. Exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale, draw the right knee in, and you can keep the foot here or cross it over if the bottom of the foot stays flat over here. If it lifts up, then keep it on the inside. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lift up the left arm just so you can lengthen the spine. And exhale, either hold on to this leg or hook the elbow around the leg. Pull the belly in and turn to look behind you. Breathe in and breathe out. Try not to put all your weight on your back hand. Just a little bit. See if you can create your own stability within this twist by engaging the core. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, untwist, uncross, and switch the legs. Optional again to cross the left foot over or keep it on the outside. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm up, stretch through the vertebrae. And exhale, hold on to the leg or hook the elbow around the leg, belly pulls in, and find a twist. Again, careful that not all the weight's in the back hand. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, untwist. And come down to lying on your back with the knees bent, the heels close to your bottom. Bottoms of the feet flat on the floor. Palms of the hands down near your bottom on either side. In fact, you might even be able to graze the feet, the backs of the heels. And then inhale, pull the belly in and lift the hips up. Exhale, walk the shoulder blades together a little bit. Inhale, stay here with the palms down, or optional, interlace the fingers. Another option would be to take the hands toward the ceiling with the elbows bent. Inhale, lift the hips just a little bit higher. And exhale, lower your upper back, and then your middle back, and then your lower back. Inhale, let's bend the knees closer into the chest. And exhale, reach for the feet, take the feet wide, and maybe rock back and forth for a little happy baby. And then we'll just take the legs up into the air. So you can keep the legs here like this, or again, you could use your blanket or pillow or block to place under your sacrum to lift the hips up a little bit more. Some of you have a shoulder stand practice. If you have a shoulder stand practice and you know how to do it safely, you can use some momentum to get the hips up and work the hands up higher onto the back, trying to line up the shoulders, hips, and ankles. But I have to warn you, if you ever feel any kind of discomfort in the neck, then you should definitely come out of that pose. I don't really feel great teaching poses like that when I'm not there to see you. So I recommend just sticking with the safe stuff, unless it's been a part of your practice for a long time and you know how to do it really well. Another option for this pose is to do it against the wall, with your legs against the wall. That can be very nourishing and soothing, very relaxing. I just recently did it for the first time in the corner of a wall. So I had sort of like one wall for each leg, and it was nice because I could kind of bend my knees a little bit, because my knees tend to hyperextend, and just against the wall I sometimes feel a little pressure there. So that was kind of nice. I liked that. It also kept my legs from falling out to the side. And then we'll take the feet back down. Inhale, lift the hips up if you had something underneath there, and just come to lying flat. Take the legs about as wide as your mat. Bring your arms to your sides, maybe a little bit away from the body with the palms up. As long as this is comfortable, you can stay here, but if you're feeling any tension in the lower back, you might want to slide that pillow under the knees. If you're feeling tension in the shoulder or the elbow or even maybe the wrist, you could try putting your hands on your belly instead. Or sometimes maybe just elevating the shoulder with a blanket or something. You also can put your pillow or blanket under your head if you're having discomfort in the neck. Relax the muscles in the eyes. Allow the eyes to sink a little deeper down into their sockets. Relax the jaw. Let the lips part. And allow the tongue to sink to the back of the throat. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. And then start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll the ankles and the wrists around. And maybe take the arms overhead, draw the legs together, stretch the body long. And then bend the knees, roll to the right side of the body. And just take a breath there. Press the hands into the floor, come back up to seated. And then you can bring your hands together. Take a moment to honor your own inner teacher. The light and wisdom in me sees and honors, even virtually, that wisdom and light in you. Namaste. Make sure you do your link, click your link to your form to fill out for attendance. Thanks.